Ever wonder what really happened to those scoundrels hanging around the Mos Eisley Cantina? There had to be more to their story than just that brief moment we saw on the screen. Who were they when the cameras weren't rolling? What drove them to the fringe of an unforgiving galaxy and a life outside the law? Tonight, we're pulling back the curtain on the everyday hustle and struggle of some of Star Wars' most infamous outlaws. Join us as we venture into the Outer Rim to shed light on the untamed underbelly of the universe and meet the desperate souls who call it home. On the moon of Kintan, opportunities for quick credits were everywhere. With the massively valuable mining operations and the thriving black market trade routes that served them, there was no shortage of work, if you didn't mind wading in the grey. At a crowded outdoor bazaar, Doran Fenn haggled over the price of a rusty old freighter with dubious past. His mind was already racing with the possibilities this battered heap of bolts and mismatched parts could bring. From that moment on, this ship would be Doran's ticket to surviving on the fringes. He vowed to fly her as far as she'd go, seize any opportunity that came his way, no matter the risk, and leverage every resource, contact, and skill at his disposal to keep her in the air. His ambitions were simple: stay one step ahead of the law and those who would do him harm, and scratch together just enough of a living to see another day. Wherever this ship took him, he was in for a wild ride. Doran sized up every planet he came across as either an opportunity or a threat. This dusty world was clearly the former. He brought his ship in low, scouting for any signs of activity or infrastructure that might need a freelancer of flexible morals. In the distance, Doran spotted plumes of dust kicking up from speeders tearing across the wastelands. Where there were travelers, there may be a chance for some kind of commerce or diversion, if it came to that. He steered his ship toward the patrols, ready to take what openings this world might offer, and fly fast if it closed back up. Where there was risk, there were also rewards to be found, if one was willing to roll the dice. By the firelight, Doran sat with the small patrol, sharing a meal and stories of other dusty worlds. He learned they were prospectors, eking out a meager living, scanning for mineral deposits and trafficking what they found. It was a hard life, with little left after fuel and repairs, but it was theirs. Doran understood that drive to stake some small claim in the fickle galaxy through strength, skill, and stubborn will alone. As the flames died down and the prospectors turned in, Doran gazed at the brilliant stars shining over the desert. A plan was formulating in his mind, and opportunity was calling him farther out into the black once more. With the intel from the prospectors fresh in his mind, Doran keyed in new coordinates. Ancient satellites drifted through the void above a long-dead world, relics of the stellar civilization that once thrived there. Scavengers and scoundrels frequented the graveyard, plundering wrecks for secrets and salvage. Doran was betting remnants of the planetary infrastructure remained intact below as well. If he could make the right connections, find someone needing transport off-world, he might turn a healthy profit ferrying cargo. As his ship maneuvered toward the rusting hulks, Doran steeled himself. Success required wits, courage, and more than a little luck among cutthroats operating beyond law and loyalty. But rewards followed risks in this field, and Doran was feeling lucky. Doran's ship broke atmosphere, homing in on an abandoned settlement below. Structures lay crumbling yet largely intact after centuries of abandonment. As he set down amidst the ruins, scavengers poured out of crannies to greet him, eager to trade for supplies and information from ports beyond. Doran gathered the outcasts held intermittent communications but faced dwindling provisions. An opportunity was forming if he could play the players and fulfill their needs. Profit would follow. Doran steeled himself for negotiations, hoping this latest gamble would keep his ship flying just a while longer.